Hey Justin, welcome to Launch Day.
Hello, hello. Great to talk to you.
Yeah, me too. So you're the first person who is making games. And that's like, well, that's new. That's a new thing.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a bit about yourself? Like, how did you become an indie game maker?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Um, it's a pretty long story, but I've
Yeah,
always
we
been
got
someone
time.
that's into games, like video games, board games. Played like Magic the Gathering and stuff like that. Pretty big nerd, I would say. But I've also been like a software developer. I really got into the indie hacker space years ago. Kind of, I always had the natural itch. And then it was, I think, seeing Cortland Allen's posts on Hacker News, like
Yeah.
the very beginning, like the launch of indie hackers, like when he was like, yeah, when he was hustling himself and like posting these
How long ago is
interviews.
that? Is it like, are we like 7 years ago, something? 8 years? It's
I
been a
feel like it
while
was like
now.
20, I want to say 2016 or something like that. So it's like 9 years
Wow.
ago, something like that.
Okay, yeah,
I had
yeah.
just started working, and I was like, it like basically gave me like something to look towards because it just inspired me because I was like just started working full time as a software developer. I was like,
Okay.
this can't be it, um, and it gave me kind of a north star, which I really appreciated. Um, and so naturally, I was like, okay, what kind of like businesses like make sense for me? Um, but I was still working full time, and I was like, well, I'm struggling to find motivation to work on these projects. I want to do something, so like let me do something fun. So I think the first thing that I ever did was like a
Wait. So that's interesting. You were having struggling with motivation. Like you
Mhm,
thought, okay, I want to be an indie maker. I want to do some things. I want to build a SaaS or some shit.
mhm.
And so, what do you mean you didn't find motivation? What was blocking you? You think?
It was work because I really dedicated myself to my job when I was working, so it was like nights and
Yeah,
weekends and stuff like that, and it was
yeah,
like I remember working on kind of like quote unquote boring like enterprise tech or something, the back end stuff that is not something that I'm actually a user of. And for me, I think I've always had that itch to build something that I understand as a user and that it would benefit myself as well. And that's just like
okay,
the creative part of my brain really kind of clicks when that happens.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
makes sense. I get
yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah. So I think my first like game adjacent project was like, yeah, as I mentioned, I played a lot of Magic the Gathering. I was doing tournaments and stuff like that. So I built like a
Okay.
deck builder. Um, it was so you could like plan your decks and stuff like that. And that kind of ties into one of my games, which involves deck building. But um, that was kind of my first taste. I was like, oh, I did something cool. Shared it on Reddit and like the you know Magic subreddit, and it did really well. And that was like very motivating for me. I was like, oh, okay, that
Yeah,
like got
it's
some
an
traction. Yeah.
amazing community, like the indie games and like the
Uh,
gaming. It's like I think even better than indie hacking community.
yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
indie hacking community, there's like a bunch of scammers. Like as part of every, there's like a lot of cool people, like a lot of scammers. So it's kind of like, but if you like indie games, like it just seems. And actually, like launch day, I was very inspired by long time ago something called Humble Bundle, which is
Oh yeah.
this
Yeah.
this platform that like originally that was just like a bundle of like I think nine indie games or
Hmm.
something
Hmm.
like that, and you could pay whatever you want and you got all the games plus
Yep.
it was given some money to charity, and that was a
Hmm.
massive thing. I remember like 15 years ago when they did that,
Hmm.
and I was thinking about it when doing launch day. I was like, this is the kind of thing,
It, exactly. Yeah.
so
It's like let 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 indie makers kind of bundle together to provide something kind of like that's easy for consumers to be like, oh, that's a great deal. And then but it's cool
yeah.
to bring the creators together. And yeah, I totally agree. Like gaming industry. So actually the I work right now at a startup. So I'm working on my indie stuff on the side. I work at a startup that is in the gaming industry because I'm like, hey, let me learn more about the industry, and working at a startup was a great way to do that. And I've learned a lot about the gaming industry, and it is like
So I'm
it is.
just curious,
Yeah.
what do you mean startup in the gaming industry? So not a gaming company. So what is it?
Yeah, we do like scalable multiplayer servers, and we're starting to branch out into other areas. But like, um, some recent games like Stormgate and Splitgate 2 like launched using our dedicated servers. So we're like doing like the
Okay.
Kubernetes platform like for
So still like the back end kind of
exactly,
expertise that you
exactly.
have. Okay, I see. But
Yeah.
in the gaming industry, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I get to work directly with like the people working on the game, and it's so inspiring. Like just seeing people. It's like a large scale like passion project of all these people like working on this cool game. They love it themselves, and it's like yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know.
man.
It's a really cool community, very tight knit too. Like people know each other and support each other. Very much like kind of the best parts of the indie hackers community.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
Wow. Cool. Yeah, I really wanted to do games before, like when I was like in my teens. Then I kind of like started it. I didn't see a clear path, so I started doing websites, and then here I am. But
Yeah.
yeah, cool. So I guess you were kind of the same, like starting as an engineer, and
hmm
then so you started indie making with these deck organizer builder
hmm hmm
app, and so. But I guess it's kind of hard to monetize, especially at the like this
Yeah.
this project. Was it just like free? This first one was it
But yeah,
paid?
this one was completely free. It was more like, hey, I
Yeah,
want to learn. I think Angular JS was like
yeah.
the cool tech back then. And so I was like,
Before
oh,
React.
give me an excuse
Yeah.
to build Angular. And then I learned so much like front. I always enjoyed doing like front end dev as well. So it gave me an outlet for that because I was doing mostly back end work. But yeah, there was no real monetization path. Like, oh, maybe I'll throw in some premium features or something like that. But yeah, I never even got to that point. Yeah, but
Okay, so that was the first one.
hmm
Then you kept working. So how do we
yes,
go to there to now where you have like
yeah,
three games in a bundle? Like how do you get there?
yeah. It's a mix of two things. One was I don't know if you've ever played Jackbox games. They're kind of these
Uh
like party games that you play on your phone and you connect to like a big screen, and it's like
oh, I don't really play a lot, but okay, I see what you mean.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So this is very casual. Like it got really popular during COVID because people were at home and it was a way to play casual games with friends. But even before then, like one of my friends showed it to me and it was like, oh, like it was like, oh, I could build something like this, like the web interface at least, and
But
and the
is it
game,
like online? So everybody's home, phone and TV, but it's also online.
yeah,
So the
it
TV
went.
is kind of like the common thing. Okay.
It was like,
Okay.
yeah, you could like share. So during like playing remotely, you could share your screen, and then everyone is joining, and then they join from their phone. It's just like a browser based like connection.
Yeah, I
And I was
see.
like,
Okay,
oh, that's
same.
that's so cool. It like the experience of playing that game felt just as fun as playing a board game in person or playing a fun like couch co-op, multiplayer game. And I was like, wow,
Wow.
you can
Okay,
really do a
cool. Yeah,
lot
so
with
that's
just a
like
game.
a kind of like a variant of, playing online on an Xbox or a Switch.
Yeah,
It's just
exactly.
like more like board game style feeling.
hmm
Okay, cool.
So then my wheels started turning and I was like, oh, like I have the skills to like do the web dev for it. Um there there's a lot of polish with that and they have a whole like, oh, you can like buy it on the Xbox store and then you're like, they have all these nice animations and stuff like that. But I was like the trade-off there is like you can't really like go to a bar or like a pub or something like that and play the games. And my
Yeah.
original inspiration was like um I one of my friends would often like be like, hey, let's meet at this brewery or like this bar, and then like, hey, Justin, like bring some board games or something like that, because I had a large collection
Okay.
of like board games. So I would,
Yeah.
I'd be lugging around this bag filled with games, not the coolest look at
Okay.
like a bar or something like that. So
There,
I was like,
there's a bar just next where I live where they have like a whole wall full of board
uh
games and you can just pick. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, yeah, no, exactly. So yeah, I would be lugging this huge bag. People are like spilling beer, all over my cards. I'm pretty like that would
Oh yeah. Oh
I
my
would die a
God.
little inside each time that happened. And I was like, okay, like, is there can I blend some of these ideas, like some strategy board games, more casual strategy board games, and like the portability of just like, oh, I just have it in my back pocket. I can play it with my friends. There's like a lull in the conversation, or it's like, we want to
Yeah.
hang out for a long time, and sometimes a game is nice. You don't want to force it always, but it's like it's a nice option to have, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. It's even just when you're just two of you, like with your girlfriend or something, can be
Yeah,
nice
exactly.
also. Instead of just always watching Netflix, it's
Yeah, no,
it's
totally.
good.
It's
Cool.
nice to have options. Yeah, for sure. Um, Yeah.
So it
So
gave you the idea. Did you have an idea at this point of what you wanted to do?
I first started with a I was like, oh, let me, naturally, I feel like the first step is like, oh, what have I done that work, or what have I seen that works, and then like let me create a digital version. There's a lot of like code names and games like that where people have made digital versions. So my first one was like there's this game called Game of Things, um,
Mhm.
and then I basically created a I added variations and stuff like that. I played that with friends. I never actually launched that. It was like, okay, but it was a good proof of concept. And then I started
Wait,
working on
so
my own
wait,
original
so you
games.
created the whole game from scratch, or was it an existing concept?
It was an existing like physical party game, and I was like, oh, let
Okay,
me create a digital version of that.
okay, and so you made this whole proof of concept for you and your friends of like
Yeah.
the okay, and how did that work? Like, was that this thing with the phone and the server and the web app, like
Ex-
the TV app?
Pretty much, yeah. Except the difference was there was no main TV, and it was every like I would log in on my phone. I would, log in. I own the game on my account, and then I would click host or create game, and then I would text my friends the
Yeah,
link, and then they would join. And so we would just be playing on our phones. There's not like the TV, but so
yeah,
you
okay,
lose a little bit of the immersion, but you gain the portability of like, oh, I don't have to, have an Xbox or a
for sure. You
computer
don't have
here
to
to
stay
host it.
home. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
okay, cool.
yeah.
Okay, and what did you learn from that? Because I guess that's interesting. You say that because that means you first was inspired by this whole thing with TV and mobile, like which is I guess more complicated.
Hmm.
And did it make you feel like this was unnecessary? Like, because sometimes that happens. Like you build something like, oh, I didn't need to build that. Like that sounds a bit like
Uh,
this. So
yeah, it's I would say it first came out of like, oh, like what's the, you always hear the advice like, what's this like the most stripped down MVP that you can build,
no,
and I
for
was very
sure.
much
But
taking
like
that
once you
philosophy.
once you saw that it was enjoyable for people.
Hmm. And I was like, oh, this could work, and there is the benefit of like, yeah, we could never play those Jackbox games like at a bar or something like that, but now like the games that I make would work in that setting. Yeah,
Okay, cool,
yeah.
cool.
It could be a little more impromptu and less like plan ahead and like organizing and stuff like that, which I tend to appreciate. Yeah.
Yes, what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay. So okay, so you have your first proof of concept. What year is there? What year are we in now?
Oh man. This will show how long I've been working on this. It was probably like 2016 or 2017 where the first proof of concept came
Oh
out.
wow. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And
Okay.
this has been something I've worked on like in between jobs. There was a stint during COVID where I quit my job and was focused full time. We can talk about that more too. And then I kind of was like, oh, I have more to learn. So then I decided to start doing freelance work part time. And then I was like, okay, this is a cool startup. So then I joined the startup, but I've been continuing to work on it nights and
Okay,
weekends.
so it's been between side project, full time when you didn't have a job. Do you still have a job now?
Yeah, yeah. So I'm still working full time at the
Cool,
gaming
cool.
startup. Yeah,
Okay, so you keep learning from these different startups you work with in the gaming industry. So when did you release the first game then?
yeah.
Like when? How does that happen?
That's one thing that's like in the gaming industry. It's so focused on like, oh, this game's live on Steam, or it's like, oh, get ready for this launch date, and that feels very waterfall. I don't know if how familiar you are with like waterfall software development, but it's like, oh, put all your eggs in one basket, and then it's like it's so scary. So I've
And
been
after
really
like
trying.
you spend 4 years and then after 1 week maybe you're dead. Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah, and that's like too stressful for me, and I'm like, I want to like, something from the indie hackers community. It's like I want to marry like cool parts of both sides, the gaming community and the indie hackers community. And like one thing that the indie hacker community really embraces is like, hey, launch fast, like iterate, and like have you can improve and launch again and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
very much I
And that
took like
reminds
a
me of,
hey,
I guess the goat of like in indie making community we have Peter levels. In indie gaming they have is it Steve Barron or like the guy who did Stardew Valley?
oh
I
yeah,
forgot.
yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
or I mean, a recent one is the creator of Balatro. It's just a single dude who did Balatro, and it's this like incredible like poker themed roguelike game. It's if you haven't played
okay.
it, you should totally play it. It's like
Okay.
so inspiring for like
Yeah.
indie game devs. Yeah,
Yeah, I was thinking of the guy from Stardew Valley because he did
Uh,
it this way. He did like early access for like four
oh yeah,
years. That's what I was thinking, you know.
yeah, yeah. No,
So
no,
so that's
that's
kind of like what you went for, like being more like long term and start shipping in public before it's finished.
yeah, yeah. It would, because a lot of my marketing. So one thing I chose, and we'll see, how good of an idea this ends up being. But like, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do a Steam store. I'm not gonna do a app store. I'm gonna be launched on my my website, just like all the other
Okay.
indie hacker products, right? So I'm avoiding
Yeah,
the
yeah.
like built-in marketing of these stores, but
Okay.
I don't have to pay the kind of 30% tax, that all of these stores, have.
Yeah.
And, it's like I don't know, there's something elegant about like, hey, it's just a website you go to. It's like
It is
pure.
elegant. Like now the thing that's scary is like distribution, because I guess
Mhm,
these stores
mhm.
give you distribution,
Yeah,
which is then way harder.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So
But like what was this first game? I'm curious. I want to see like
yeah, it's
yeah.
it's it's called Seize the Castle. It's like it's a very simple game. So it's like I wanted there to be strategy. So it's not like I personally really like strategy games. So it's like I wanted there to be enough like strategic decisions for me to bank on, but I wanted it to be like casual where I could play with my friends who don't really like playing like board games and stuff like that. So it's a
Okay.
very it's a very simple game where it's like one player is king and the rest are clans, like control clans, and then you're basically like deciding to team up to steal money from the king, or you're like fighting amongst yourselves, or you're like attacking the villagers, which is like the life total for the king, and then it rotates, and every player gets to be king for one turn. So it's this very fast paced strategy game that works for up to 6 players, which is like pretty rare for a lot of like board games. Um, yeah, yeah. So
Is it still online? I'm looking
Mhm.
for it, but I can't
Yep.
find Siege
If
the
you, I
Castle.
mean, I can. It's on my homepage. If we take a look at my website, I mean, I can pop it up if you
Yeah,
want
yeah,
to take
you
a
can
look.
show us. It's gonna
Okay.
be easier.
Yeah. So like my whole thing has been kind of a platform with like a collection of games, which is like the
Yeah.
inspiration
Oh yeah,
of that one.
Siege the Castle. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So it's this. So it's
I
like
love that you made boxes like a board game.
yeah,
Very cool.
exactly. And okay, yeah, and I can talk through my strategy there. So it's like if you look at mobile game because it's very much a mobile first, experience is what I kind of aim for.
Yeah.
Um, with mobile games like on the app store, I'm sure you've probably seen it's like consumers expect to pay nothing for the games essentially, and it's like, oh, the whales will fund it with the in-app purchases and stuff like that.
It's like 5 minutes or it's either super addictive or just 5 minutes and you forget.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like like personally as myself, like I've played some mobile games and I get addicted and then I'm like I have to delete this off my phone. This is like this is like ruining my life or something.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
like for board games, it's like, oh, this is something I bust out when I want to have a fun experience with friends. And that it's kind of like a
Yeah.
hangout game. That's kind of like the vision I always had in my head. I want it to be a positive experience. Like I don't want it to get to a breaking point where it's like I this game is like bad for me. Um
Yeah.
and
Yeah, yeah.
and and also the business model of like, hey, a single sale to a single user, and they get to own it and share it with their friends. Their friends don't have to download anything. They don't have to pay for anything. Really,
Oh,
like
that's
means a
yeah.
lot to me.
When you
Yeah.
say it like that, that's a unique thing.
Mhm.
And that's cool because I can tie into like your personality is that you're the guy who brings the game. You're
Exactly.
the fun guy. Let's say the guy who makes it, who a bit kind of like event organizer guy,
Uh-huh,
Loki.
uh-huh.
And so these people who are like that, they can have that opportunity. Oh, I have this game, and then I can. That's awesome. That's a very
Exactly.
unique value proposition for a
Yeah.
mobile game. Yeah,
Yeah, you nailed on the head. It's like I'm selling to people like me that are like, hey, I like having a collection of games and I like kind of feeling out the group and understanding like, hey, this game would work really well in this group. And
yeah,
there's like
yeah,
a
yeah,
deep fulfillment of like, oh, people are having a great time for this game that I shared.
yeah.
Yeah.
I see. I
Yeah.
get it.
So yeah,
Okay,
you
cool.
nailed it.
So
But yeah,
Siege the Castle was the first one.
yeah, this was the first one.
Uh, and so can
Uh,
you just show us the game, like just to
yeah,
get an
yeah,
idea?
we can so I'll show what so basically like to play you just create an account and then I own all three of my games. And basically,
For
you'll see
sure.
the game
Yeah.
that you own. You can try out Siege of the Castle, Space Colonies. There's like free trials with like lower player counts where you can just test out the platform, and then like actually playing the game. So this one's my very first game. Um, there's a lot I still want to like go back and improve, but I think at the core it's a very fun game. We actually need 3 players to play this, so we won't be able to play like a true
Okay,
version of
okay.
this game. But if you want to, here I'll send this over if you want to check it out. And then what I do to test is you just do a I'll join from like another browser, and then I can show you what the actual like gameplay looks like.
Can I play on my phone so I can show
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
same time to
absolutely,
people? Cool.
absolutely. Yeah, and
Awesome.
like you can I mean, this UI is very is a lot, but you can actually customize the rules. My idea for this was like,
Okay.
I mean, that looks like way too much, but it's like you know how you have house rules for like board games or something like that. It's like I wanted to allow that level of flexibility within the game, so I always had
Like
everything.
what kind of rules? Because I'm oh like you can customize every rule in the game.
Yeah, which really, as I
I
added
guess
more,
when you're like a game kind of
yeah,
nerd, it's
these are
awesome.
for the nerds. Yeah, they're like the
Okay,
huge nerds
cool.
like me, that like want
Okay, cool.
full. But it's like all the individual rules that you'll see. It's like you can tweak the numbers behind them.
Okay,
Okay.
so I joined the game. Oh my God. Oh, it's awesome. So it
Yeah.
started, I'm just showing. It
Uh-huh.
started automatically. Wait, is it gonna, I'm just not sure it's gonna focus. So let me show it focuses properly. Yeah, it seems to be in
Yeah.
focus. Uh, wow, it just did that automatically after just following the link.
Mhm.
Awesome. And so now what do I do?
So so with this game, I've moved away from this model, but like it was like, oh, the host kind of facilitates the flow of this game. So then, uh,
Mm.
so now it's like, okay, now this is the main like core game loop. Very simple. It's like you have 4 options. It's almost like multiplayer rock paper scissors, where you're like,
And
hey,
what
my
I just want to point out is that it's actually live updating at the same time.
yeah.
Like I don't have to refresh anything. It's really like what you're showing, I see it at the same time.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
really cool.
Yeah.
How did you build that actually? How did you build this
It's
live thing?
WebSockets. Yeah, it's like a
Okay,
Node.js
cool.
backend, WebSockets as the transport, and then I'm using AngularJS 1.x for
Old
the
school. Oh
UI.
my God. Oh my, yeah. That's why that's how, that goes to show the technology doesn't matter. You don't need to
Yep.
follow the latest trend. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I use WebSocket too for the live chat on launch day because there's a
Oh,
live
nice.
chat where
Yeah.
people can talk during launch day.
Yeah. It's a great
Cool.
great technology. Yeah, and then from here you basically just select one of 4 actions, and then it'll actually, yeah, we can do one just to test. Um,
Okay, so I need
and,
to, so I will do pillage because that sounds cool.
and I built out this little animation to show the, hey,
Wow.
did your action succeed or not? Yeah, it looks better on the phone. I definitely
No, but like
optimized
it's
for,
like,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, for
exactly.
sure. Yeah, people
But
play
yeah,
on the phone. Yeah.
so then you see the results. So it's kind of like simultaneous action. So there's no waiting, and then you see the results of your action. So that's how I kept it very fast paced. And
Okay,
like,
cool.
yeah. Normally with games, it's like simultaneous. Like I try and design with mechanics that are like work better on the digital media than physical. It's
Hmm.
like, hey, what could I do better? Like we lose the tactile nature and like the analog, like getting off your phone and stuff like that. But what we can gain is like unique mechanics that you can't have on a regular like board game. Because that's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
generally like I think the best comparison for my games. Yeah.
Okay. So what's the just to so I get it. So what's the
Yeah.
goal of this game? How do I win? How? Because I
Yeah.
just tried to
So
pillage because that sounded cool, but yeah.
So yeah, so the way the game works is like you have life points. So like here you'll see troops for the clans.
Yeah.
You'll also have troops, and then you're trying to get the most money without dying. Because as soon as someone dies and loses all of their life, then
It's
the
over.
round ends and it moves.
And you
You
cannot, I guess you cannot win. I mean, you cannot earn troops. Oh, can you?
There is a way to slowly. There's a bolster action where you can defend against attacks, and then you gain troops. So there
Okay.
is a little bit of way to
But it's
slowly
mostly,
build that.
it's kind of like a, so how long is a game? Because like I already lost like 10 troops. So it
Yeah,
seems like this game is going to be over in 3 minutes. Okay.
it can end very quickly, or it can drag on, and that's actually one of the challenges of like the game design is like you want it to
Mhm.
feel like the right length. And since the game is a little more casual and there's a little bit more randomness, like generally in board games, like you want it to be a little bit quicker. So each round generally will be like 5, maybe 10 minutes max, and then and then there's rounds equal to each player, so everyone can be king once.
Oh, so there's like 3 rounds. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. So
Okay, I get it.
yeah, yeah, and the king starts with the number of villagers. That's their life point, and they cannot ever gain more life. But they also start with 20,000 gold in their bank that you're trying to steal
Mm.
from them. So it's a fun asymmetrical design. Yeah.
And why did this guy protected the village? Like he protected you, the king?
So yeah, so the king decided to protect. Oh, I want to protect my villagers, which is what keeps me in power. Is like kind of the theme behind it. Um,
Yeah.
but then I tried to then siege the castle, which is like, but it requires at least one other clan person to siege with me in order to successfully siege the castle and steal the money.
Oh yeah. Okay, and
Yeah,
you cannot, and
and
you
you can't.
don't.
I mean, you could you could like
But
say, hey, Duggo, we're gonna go siege,
but
but then the
the
king
idea
knows,
is
and
like
then they can yeah
it's kind of like a rock paper scissors
yeah
in a
exactly
way.
exactly. It's
Okay,
like
cool.
a
But
fancy
like
rock paper scissors. Yeah, that goes up to six
awesome.
players. Yeah,
Oh, well, yeah. Okay, yeah. A six is maybe even better probably because
yeah.
then yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I would say this game works best with 4 to 6 is like the sweet spot. Yeah,
Yeah,
three
because
is
then
like
you
it's
have
not
a
as
high chance of two people doing siege or something. Yeah.
exactly
Okay, cool.
exactly, and it's generally faster rounds too because there's just like so much going on. Yeah,
Yeah, and I just clicked how to play. I'm just showing quickly, but
oh,
like
yeah,
you can see the rules of the game here that you just explained. So that's really
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so that was your first game.
That was my first game. Yeah, um,
And how did it go? How did you launch that game? How was it?
it was good. Like I would play with friends. People enjoyed it. Like I had some people who like
Wait, maybe if you can stop sharing your screen so we like see each other full screen, then we're gonna share again. Thank you. Yeah.
yeah. So it was pretty good. I would say like what I wasn't getting at this point when I was like posting about this guy, I wasn't really getting sales. So it like
Okay, so
all throughout this,
just to recap, you made it. You added a payment. Like how much is it actually one game? I mean, how
it
much was it?
it starts at $12 at launch. So I always launch my games at $12. It's like trying to find that sweet spot of like yeah, board games generally is like $20 or more, but mobile games are obviously less. And I wanted to price it, what I felt the value was, and then I run sales like
Yeah, yeah, for
discounts
sure.
and stuff. I did
And
Black
bundles. Okay,
Friday
okay.
deals.
So you launched it at $12, and what did you do? You post it on Reddit. Where did you post it?
Yeah, so
Because
it
you
was
don't have
like
distribution, so that's the
exactly.
stressful part. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, during COVID, when Jackbox was popping off, I had already been working on this game and actually was getting to a point of polish where I was like, hey, it's, my friends are enjoying it. Let me post about it on Reddit. This feels like the right time.
Hmm.
This was like one of my first like projects where I'm trying to make money. So, there's that natural hesitancy and stuff like that. All right, COVID is too good of a, time to not share this with the world.
Sure.
And I posted it and it I got a bunch of signups. People were playing it, but I had like the free trial and then like the purchase, and I think I got maybe a handful of purchases from that. But it was like a lot of people
Mm.
checked it out, but no one kind of converted. Um, and and
I wouldn't have
looking
put the
back,
free trial. I wouldn't have put the free trial.
but it was
I'm
like
not saying. I'm not
yeah
saying. I'm
yeah
just saying. Now, when you say it like that, I'm like, oh shit.
yeah
You
yeah
know?
it I told like looking back now it was like what I was worried about is like, hey, who's gonna trust this random website and like because I'm not on Steam and I'm not on like a trusted kind of like platform that takes payments and stuff. Like it feels
Okay. Mm.
faceless and like sketchier, I guess. So I was like, as a consumer myself, I would want to try it before I buy it because there's no reviews and there's not like a um clear trust, I guess, being presented.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, and that one of the tweaks that I've made to my landing page that has actually led to sales because I do like Black Friday posts nowadays and stuff. Is I have like I did a booth at this games conference and I have a picture of that and I kind of like took that personal touch of like, hey, these are the people, this is me who's behind these games and
This
stuff
is
like
yeah.
that, and it
Yeah.
legitimizes it.
This is
Yeah,
the whole idea of launch day. Is that's
yeah,
why
exactly.
I required interviews. Like someone like,
Mhm.
hey, can I just not do the interview? I'm like, no. Like it's like the point is like to connect with the person
Yep.
because like there's so many products, so many games also.
Mhm.
But if you start telling your story, then you're 1% of the people who do that because
Yeah,
most people don't. Yeah,
yeah.
and you
No,
become interesting. Yeah,
absolutely. It's like the story behind like these indie, whether it's a game, whether it's a, a tool or something like that, like that makes people want to support you. That makes people want to like be a part of the journey. It's like,
yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
I totally agree with your idea. That's like why I wanted to be a part of this. It's like, even though, games aren't like the perfect fit for this audience, it's like, this is the type of community and the type of like, this is how indie makers should be coming together and like, helping each other
yeah,
out and
yeah,
stuff. So yeah, I really, really like it.
yeah. Cool. So you started to get some sales,
Mhm.
and then how did it go for the next few years? Like, did you keep selling it? Like, how did
It,
you? Because launching is always kind of like the easy thing, but then the
yeah,
what's hard is the long term.
yeah. So yeah, the Season Castle launch did really well. Like in terms of like on Reddit, like got a lot of signups and stuff. I'm like, oh, I just have to improve the funnel. So I was really pumped. I was like, oh, this is gonna go good. Let me do another game. My thesis has always been like, let's get to at least 3 games, and then we'll have this compelling bundle. That's why people aren't buying, because I was following the Jackbox
But
model. The
I kind
Jackbox,
of, I kind of agree with you. Yeah,
yeah,
like you can make just people pay a bundle, and they can even, you could even like, it could even be a lifetime deal, and they get the new games in the future, and like you become known for that.
yeah,
And yeah,
yeah,
wow,
exactly.
cool.
Exactly. So in my head it was like, oh, I just have to do more games, and it'll eventually start the
Yeah,
flywheel will start to spin.
more value.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
and
it's
so
also
I
every time you launch a new game is a new reason to, new shit to
exactly, yeah,
talk about. So
yep.
that's like marketing. That's really, yeah,
Mhm.
really cool.
So it's like yeah, every game launch is an easy kind of marketing opportunity. People love hearing about new games. Like that's just an easy path. And then it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
I've never heard about your platform before. Like, oh, look at these other games. And it's like it'll only get, I think I'm very optimistic on the long term, as long as I stick with it, which, it's been like eight plus years, so I'm pretty stubborn.
So is it because it's okay? So you're still smiling about it. So I guess it's really your thing. Uh, and so how how is it? Does it take so long to make a game, or was it because you're doing other things and so you don't have that much
Yeah,
time?
I would say,
What's
if I
taking a
was
long time?
100% full time on it, I think I could pump out games in like depending on how good the idea tests. So it's like the unknown thing is like I have this I get inspired by these game ideas, I build out a prototype, and then I'm play testing. And sometimes the play tests go really well, and it's like, oh, this I can get this ready
So
faster.
you play tested. That means with your friends all the time. Like,
With my friends, and something I started doing like a year or two ago. It was, there's like a Seattle. I'm in the Seattle area.
cool.
There's a Seattle board game designer kind of meetup group that's like once a month that I go to. I don't go every time, but I go and I'm talking to these other, some
Yeah.
newbies like me, and then some like designers of games that I'm like, oh shit, I see that all over the stores, and it's like, it's really cool. So getting feedback from all these people
Yeah, yeah.
and playtesting regularly is like
Yeah, because I
crucial to
guess
game design. Yeah,
between game makers, everybody's happy to try games. I guess
exactly,
everybody's always trying. It's like we are like indie makers. We're always trying out new SaaS. Like it's
exactly.
just okay.
Yeah,
I
and
get it.
the level of feedback is so different because it's like it's one layer deeper, or maybe multiple layers deeper of like really thinking through it's not just like, oh, this is, just like cramming all these things in, because that's like, a lot of times you'll just get a ton of random advice. It's more kind of
Mhm.
catered to like, hey, what a game designer would kind of needs to hear sometimes, or like helps you kind
I
of.
wonder if there's not a risk in that because, for example, me when I was getting feedback on launch day,
Mhm,
feedback from people who was just like who wouldn't launch on launch day and who
mhm.
wouldn't use it or
Yeah.
who don't give a shit, but they're entrepreneurs and they're like, oh, you should do it this way.
Oh yeah.
And it's not, sometimes it's very dangerous, and like if you're not like, and it's easy because like to feel like, oh, maybe they're right, and then you lose your kind of like vision.
Mhm.
So is that does that come up also? Because but maybe I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point. And it's I think it's very hard, but like you yourself have to have your confidence of your vision, and then you like when you get advice from other people, you have to like you should always consider it because it always can help you think about it differently. But you should never default, just accept it. You should question it, take a look at it, like, is there anything I agree with? Is there
Yeah,
something like that's making me think about it from a different angle? And
you
yeah,
need
you should
to.
totally be like, hey, is this person an actual, like my third game, for example, is around stock trading and stuff like that. And I'm getting feedback from people who I don't think would ever play that game, and it's like, okay, like I'm if I want to expand the game out more, then I will consider that. But if I want to go a little bit more focused on the theme,
Yeah, that's
then I'm going
it.
to stay true to my vision.
Yeah, yeah.
You really have to filter it yourself, and it's very hard to do. And I'm still learning for sure.
Yeah, after launch it's easier, but before launch it's harder,
Yes,
you know,
yes, yes.
because after launch you can get actual, users, and then
Yeah,
it's much
exactly.
better.
Yeah.
But when it's just at feedback before, like people giving you advice, yeah, because it's so hard to have confidence before you have customers, because you're
Yeah.
like,
No,
oh, maybe I'm
absolutely.
crazy, maybe nobody's gonna give a shit. Yeah.
Exactly.
Um,
And actually where I got the confidence was so there's this Gen Con conference. It's like the biggest US board game conference. And I
okay,
was like, all right, this was in COVID during COVID when I quit my job and I was like, I'm full time on my stuff for like it ended up being like 9 months. Um
cool.
so I prepped this booth, paid it was like $2,000 for the booth, I think back then. It was the first Gen Con after the COVID,
Okay.
I think they lost 1 year during
Man, that
COVID.
must be cool. I mean, that's expensive. That must be cool to have a booth. And
Yeah.
you just, I don't know, that sounds cool. Like, even if
What
you're indie maker, like, hey, here's my sass. And for 2 days, you're just like, hey, what's up? I don't know. It
It
sounds
was
cool.
yeah, it was very cool, but also incredibly I mean, I'm a high stress person and it was like, "Oh my God, I've never done this before." And I'm just like scrambling, scrambling, scrambling.
Yeah, because you're
My
trying to do maybe doing too much to try to
exactly.
grab people's
Exactly.
attention. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I mean, one thing that was shocking was like my games are like on the, use the internet, right? I was like, "Oh, how much to get internet at your booth?" Because like the cell networks sometimes get clogged, at these
Yeah, because there's
conferences.
too many people, like in
Mhm.
stadiums. Yeah.
It would have cost $15,000 to get internet at the booth.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so
Just
so
just
then
get a Starlink for 2 days or something.
yeah,
I don't know.
this was like before Starlink
Before.
was
Yeah, yeah, okay.
readily available, and they actually ban you from having your own hotspot and stuff like that.
Oh, fuck this.
It's a yeah. I have thoughts
But
about
I know
that
the
for sure.
events kind of like industry is fucking
Yeah,
ruthless. Like
yeah, it
it's,
is ruthless.
that because
Renting,
you're always like, oh, I want to go to this cool conference. Why the fuck is it $3,000? And
yeah,
it's not because the guy organizing the conference is making money. It's because everybody else is making money.
yeah,
Like the
yeah,
owner of the place, like the caterer, the food is gonna be,
uh-huh,
everything is like insanely expensive because they know, like, it's like B2B, like they're
uh-huh,
selling to Microsoft, so they don't give a shit.
yeah,
And so
yeah.
then when you're going there, you're like, why the fuck is it so expensive? It doesn't make
It's
any sense.
dude,
Yeah.
it's so true.
Yeah.
I think renting a chair where they'll like give a chair for your booth. It was like $40 to rent a chair, like one chair for
Okay.
the booth. And I was like,
Okay. I see. Yeah.
what a lot of people do is they buy stuff at like Target and then they return it after the event, and that's actually cheaper than like
Well, for
renting
sure.
from
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
vendors
Oh
there.
my
Yeah.
God. Or just
Uh,
bring your chairs from home. Like, who gives a
exactly. Yeah,
shit? Like, I
exactly.
don't know. I'm kidding. But yeah. Wow.
Um, but yeah,
Okay.
at that event, that ended up being like a really good experience. I mean, it was a lot of work, but like I was able to pitch my game to people who are looking to buy new games, and it was like such a exhilarating kind of experience. It was like it kind of had that like product market fit, and like I'm selling to someone who wants to be sold to at the right moment, and it was like to the right audience.
Yeah. I guess it's
And
super, super qualified. Someone coming to this.
yeah.
And so I guess it's B2C, right? And this
Hmm.
convention is like
Hmm.
just random people coming to
Yep.
buy games. Like,
Exactly.
it's not going to be
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
other game designers. I mean, there's going to be both, but okay, cool. Yeah, people who go there, they're like in the mood to buy shit.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I knew like when I started entrepreneurship like super long ago, I was working with a guy and he was doing like, stickers to decorate your walls, like some design things, like
Hmm.
kind of like designer things. Uh, and he was selling online and Google Ads and shit. And one day he just did this big fair, like where it's like, a home decoration fair, like in France,
Hmm.
for the whole weekend. And we're like, everybody's just coming to see the new trends, but like the public. And he said it was insane. Like, he has this printer, like this actual printer and thing to
Uh-huh.
cut the material. And he just made like the same as like 3 months of e-commerce
Wow, that's so
sales in
cool.
one weekend. And so then he just started fuck e-commerce, and he just did like all the fairs in France. He's like, fuck this, I'm just making money like this now,
Yeah,
you know.
that's awesome.
So
Yeah,
yeah, people are
it's
in the right mood to buy in these things.
hmm
They're
hmm
yeah,
yeah. People are there to have an experience, and part of that is like, oh, what's this cool new stuff? And it is so satisfying to like pitch to someone in front of you, and you see their eyes light up, and then they buy. It's like
yeah,
it's really cool experience. And the two highlights from that event, it really built my confidence. One was someone walked up to the booth and was like, "Oh," like he was telling his friend, like, "Oh, I've played this game before. Like, I love this game." And I was like,
Oh my
"Wow,
God.
that was like crazy to me."
Yeah.
And then one other person, because I had a demo area to try the games, I actually designed like a physical version of my second game. And then one person came
Oh,
in was
cool.
like, "This was my favorite game of the convention," and I was like, "Wow, that was like, um,
Wait,
that
can you
was
show
yeah,
a
that
can
really
you show
was very
a
interesting."
picture? Do you have a picture of this physical version of the game? That sounds awesome.
Um, I actually have it. I prepped it next to me here. So we haven't. Okay, first I'll show you Siege of the Castle's physical version, so you can get an idea since we haven't shown the other one. But like,
Oh, so you made a physical version of each game.
yeah, this one I'm still kind of testing, but yeah, so you can see there's like
Holy
the
shit.
different
Wow, that's like,
actions.
and do you get that when you buy the mobile version, or is it like a bundle, special bundle, like a special thing?
I haven't yet productized the physical versions because there's so much
Yeah.
logistical overhead and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like
The
that.
logistics is a nightmare. Yeah.
So, but I do plan to like eventually I want to do a Kickstarter for physical versions, and then it's like, hey, you can get the digital versions for free, or you can back only the digital versions. And
Wow.
Kickstarter is where all the new board games like launch, so it's a really cool, um,
Yeah, yeah. I have a friend
really
who
cool way
just
for that.
like of that he's like a designer, and it was very cool design.
Oh,
And he yeah, he made like a lot of money in Kickstarter from that. Like,
mhm.
people are just eager for this stuff, you
Yeah,
know.
no,
Because like, I
absolutely.
think when you mix like indie plus actual physical product, it's a bit more magical. It's like, oh, it's
Mhm.
somebody who made it. Like it's even cooler than SaaS, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
My my long-term vision for a physical thing is you can basically print out these custom NFC cards, which is like the
Yeah.
tap to join a game essentially
Like
for
the
my
Apple
stuff.
Pay and shit, like all these chips to
Yeah, exactly,
automatically. Yeah.
exactly. So now
Okay.
that like iPhones all have that, it's like okay. My cousin actually runs a company that I helped actually freelance at for a bit, but he does custom prints for these NFC cards, and one of his customers was like this guy doing like these NFT. This was back when NFTs were crazy, and then they printed these really premium NFC cards to like signify your NFT, your
Yes.
ownership of the
NFT
NFT.
and NFC are different things to
Yes,
just for
yes,
people.
yeah,
Go.
yeah. NFC is um oh
Uh,
back.
what the fuck? Oh yeah, wait, it's my phone, I guess, because I use my phone. Hello, guys. Okay, wait. Uh, do I have battery? Shit, what's happening? Oh my god, you guys are seeing everything. Yeah, no, I have battery. Should be cool. I guess it's heating up. Oh my god, fucking old MacBook Air, 8 gigs of RAM. This shit. Uh, okay, let me see. Cool. Uh, okay, good.
Cool.
I'm sorry for the
No,
interruption.
no, you're totally good. Oh yeah, I think we are talking about NFC. NFC is like near field communication. It's like a tap card, kind of like how your phone, your credit cards can tap to pay. But I want to do these like collectible physical cards that you can buy at a board game store, and it's like, unique art. It's like collectible, but then basically you link it to your account. You get ownership of the games when you buy it, and then you link it to your account, and then you can tap. Players can tap to join your game quickly, so I don't have to like text out a link or something like that. So it's kind of
Okay,
a fun physical
using
tie-in.
the special card. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Yep.
Maybe a card is a bit easier to send. You can just send in an envelope, I
Exactly. Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Less
But yeah,
logistics.
I want to do like another conference again, in maybe in the next year or two. And it's one thing I didn't have was physical products to sell, and I would have sold so much more if I had more physical things to
Yeah,
sell because
yeah.
people
Yeah,
really
for
want
a
like
live
something.
event, you can just prepare a
Exactly.
bunch and then
Yeah.
go sell them. Yeah,
Exactly.
100%.
Exactly.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, cool, man. So so now you have 3 games. Can we
Yeah.
just look at the 3 games quickly? And
Yeah.
then if you can tell a bit like what's the vision for what's next?
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
share screen. So yeah, basically, my second game was Space Colonies. This was a two-player, like a. I wanted to build a good two-player game that I liked. So this one's like actually has the most strategic depth. Um, it's simple in terms of mechanics, but it's like open information in a way, kind of like chess. So there's a bit of a chess element to it, very very lightly, and then there's a bit of a like a wagering system that is kind of like betting in poker, like doing the right size bet.
Okay.
So those are two games I enjoy, and it's like I wanted to kind of bring that into this game where you're basically moving ships into a uh actually I can show a quick show you what it actually looks like. That might be, and we don't have to actually play this one, but we can. I just want to show what it looks like.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, there's
Okay,
like you
cool.
have your ships and you're like moving to these planets to gather resources, but then your opponent can actually move to those same ones, and then you do like a wager battle, and then you like bid gold to see who gets to gain
Yeah.
control of the planet. And it's
Yeah, okay.
simultaneous turns, so it's very fast paced. But this one gets very like you really have to think and calculate in your head, which I wanted one that was very strategic like that. So it's a great kind of thinky two-player game that I feel really good about this design. Like personally, I think this is like one of my favorites. Yeah, but I think something people will enjoy is the third game, which I've been working very hard on. Um, yeah, so this is it's a game called Bullish, and it is a deck builder. So alluding back to the
Yeah.
beginning of this our
Yeah,
chat.
the original thing you wanted to do, yeah.
Yes, it is a deck builder mixed with real time stock trading. So you're like building a deck of like traders, level one traders, level two traders, and cards like Happy Bull and Panic Chicken that allow you to manipulate the stocks. Um,
Oh my God.
and
Cool.
it's this like chaotic game that there's like strategy to it because you can either be like, hey, I'm tanking the market, like screw you guys, or I'm going long on
Oh,
this
this is
bank
fun. This
stock.
is funny. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
turning this thing that we all hate, like losing our savings because of
Yes.
assholes, but we can make
Exactly.
fun with it. Yeah, okay,
Exactly.
cool.
It's
Yeah, okay.
I was inspired during the whole GameStop craze. That was like my. I mean, actually,
Yeah, yeah.
let me share this card that I haven't added yet. This is going to be like an after launch card that I add. But
Okay.
I have a Roaring Kitty card that I am going to add, alluding to the whole GameStop mania
Oh
that,
yeah.
that happened.
I saw the movie. The movie was cool. Yeah, really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Um,
Super
but
interesting.
but yeah. Do we have time to do like one quick round of this game? It would be cool to show this one off if you think we have time.
Yeah, we do. Let me rejoin because I'm struggling with my fucking laptop. So let
Okay.
me just close and reopen
Okay.
and don't do anything.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll be right back. Yeah, cool. We're back.
We're
Uh
back.
yeah, okay, let's look at the last one. Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I just sent over the URL,
Okay.
and then I will share my screen. This one does work with two, although again, it works great with. Actually, this one works great with three. It works great with four, five, six. You could even go higher. But yeah,
Okay, let me try that on my phone.
I'll give you. So we can actually like play through maybe a round or two, but I want to
Okay,
give you a
okay.
quick. Yeah. All right. So you joined. Um. So yeah,
So cool.
I tried to level up this game and really like do a little bit more world building and like thinking through
Yeah,
the
I see the
theme.
design. Wow, those
Yeah.
Safari Times, like the
Yeah.
fake newspaper. Okay, trade and manipulate stocks in real time. Timing is everything. There will be 5 rounds. Okay, this seems like the funniest game for sure. Okay.
And then
So,
yeah, the key mechanic is like using cards, so it's like tap and select. That's how you buy or sell stocks. So I built out this tutorial to help kind of showcase the UX.
and how many players is it?
Um, I actually I've tested up to like six or seven, but I think it could easily go up to like eight or 10. It'll be pure chaos at that point, but
So you
yeah,
say time the market, but is the market just generated by the other players?
great. Yeah, that's a great question. So there are three things that change the stock prices. One is there's
Oh,
these
okay.
hidden industry trends, which are randomly generated each round for the bank or the finance industry and the entertainment industry. You don't see it unless you have a card that allows you to see it.
Oh,
And
wow.
then
Awesome.
players buying and selling a
Which
stock
is
will
like in real life, like
exactly,
insider trading. Okay, you have the insider
exactly,
trading card. Okay, cool.
exactly. Yeah, no, you got it. And then players buying and selling will heavily impact the stock price. So we're like, picture where like these big hedge funds that are like market makers and stuff like that. That's kind of like the power we hold within the market. And then we also have cards that allow us to tank a stock or boost a stock or, tank all stocks or
Wow,
boost all stocks.
yeah, I'm sold. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and then you also get a draft new cards and you get some upgrades. This isn't like the key part of the game is the real time stuff, and this is like gives you a little bit of strategic um,
Okay.
freedom, and then you can see this is the full pool of cards that you can see, but you'll be able to see what the cards do as you're drafting
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Ready to jump in? Do a quick
Yeah,
round
let's
or
do
two.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So I had so much fun designing these stocks. I did these logos and like
Oh my God, yeah.
yeah, so it's like there's the travel stocks, cruise and air plus. There's National Bank and Little John, and a nod to Robin Hood, and then I had to do like an AMC type reference, and then
Did you
like a music.
promote it in like because there's still subreddits about the Robin Hood thing.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
you promote it? Did you promote it
I,
there?
I
Did you
I'm
like
going
it?
to. So this is like my first like this is my first marketing push, and then I'm gonna be doing more and more marketing after the fact. So you guys are getting a
Awesome.
good sneak peek of like
Okay,
pre-launch
cool.
essentially. Yeah.
This is awesome. Okay, so I'm ready. I want to
Okay.
see.
So now we're going. This is the first real-time trading round. All right.
And so wait, just what should I do now? What's the
Yeah.
thing I
So
should
every
do?
3 seconds, the prices will update based on all of those factors, and you can start buying stocks if you see like one of the industry trends is looking good. Like I'm gonna buy a little bit of air because I see that going up, and I'm gonna pump that up. Hopefully, you're not gonna abuse me for that.
Okay, I see.
Then okay. So I see this ticking up. So I might. All right, I think Dago's here. I'm gonna get a little
And what's these
grumpy
dogs
action.
called? What do they do? These ones? It's just
They
trading.
the top row is trading, and then the bottom row is like the manipulation, like the
Yeah,
special
yeah.
cards. Yeah. All right, 10 seconds,
Just
10
need to buy
seconds.
some shares. Okay, I'm buying this one because it's going solo. I think it's gonna be better. Okay. Oh my God.
Oh, you ended with exactly break even. I've never seen that happen before. All right,
Okay, so exactly break even. Okay.
so there's so one thing that I try to do is like it's pretty hidden information. Like you don't know exactly what players are doing. So if you're in the lead, you'll start to see a little bit. So now you see like, hey, the journalists are writing about like, oh, I'm heavy on air, so you can maybe punish me for that next round.
And how would you punish me? I don't, just to be clear.
So you could punish like if you think I'm continuing to invest into air, you could like use your manipulation stocks to
To
tank
drop
that.
it, to like,
Yeah,
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 to tank it. Okay, I
exactly.
see, I see. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Let's do another round, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then
And
there's a recap. So you can
you
kind
cannot
of
see
see
what
what I
other
was
people
doing.
do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but not you don't know exactly what they're buying and what they're holding. That's the hidden aspect. But you can see what cards they're actively using.
So where do I see the cards that you use? Like on my side? Is that the cards I
So like
use? This thing?
yeah, so some of them are yours, and it's small, but you can see the name. So
Oh yeah,
like
I
you
see
can see
Dago, J-Chu. Yeah,
yeah,
okay, I
and
get
then
it.
J2
Okay,
is
okay.
the cards I played.
Cool.
So now you get
Okay.
a free upgrade. You can pick cash, you can pick drawing more cards, or you can promote your your cards to make them more powerful.
Mm.
I say cash is king though.
Yeah, I was gonna do that too, yeah. Oh, I'm just gonna take the shark because it just seems cool, but I have no idea what it does. Uh, oh, I see. Okay, I get it. Interesting.
And the cards you
Planet
draft will
Chicken.
always go into your hand at the start of the next round. So because
I just took
we
the
only play.
funniest card. I took the shark and the chicken, so because they're the funniest. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I love those are two of my favorites for sure. I For the shark, I use Saul Goodman from Breaking Bad. I mean, I work with an artist in Brazil. He's really great. And we
Oh my god. Yeah,
Saul
you're
Goodman from
serious
Breaking
about
Bad
this.
was
It's not AI bullshit. Oh my god.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
So
just
all these designs we
it's
see, it's
expensive, right?
with an artist. It's not AI.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's all with artists. I
Even
mean,
the logos and shit?
yeah, yeah. Well, I use some AI to prototype ideas, and then I actually polish the designs myself because I have like such a strong vision that I'm like I need it to be this way, and I enjoy doing like the art stuff.
I see. I'm just trying
That's
to distract you while I play.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, last 30 seconds.
Okay.
All right, let's just go all in on my favorite stock. Let's see. Out of money. I ran out of
Do I
money.
keep my cards between rounds?
Sorry, what was that?
Do I keep my cards between rounds?
It you'll draw a new hand, so it'll shuffle into your deck, and then so you can get some of the same cards. Oh, if you save it, it does not. Yeah, you discard all the cards at the end. Yeah, good question. Ooh, nice bounce. You got a good bounce back round. Made some money on
Okay,
AFC, I
so
think.
I'm still in a game, but
Yeah, you're still in the game. It ramps up because yeah, like the later rounds become way more swingy than the early rounds. So there's a natural kind of build up as we get better cards and more money. And the stocks,
okay.
yeah,
That's cool, man. Well, we
yeah,
should wrap it up, but
yeah,
that's
yeah.
awesome.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I love it, man. Maybe I should do, uh, launch day games or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
dude, I hope to inspire other people to do more like B2C and like game, more fun projects like that. I think it's doable. It is hard, but my vision for myself is like what do I want to be doing if I'm like retired and stuff like that? What do I want to be doing? And like I would want to do something like creative and fun like this. So it's like, hey,
Yeah.
let me try and see if I can make it work earlier. I don't know. That's maybe I'm too hopeful, but it's been a fun to work on it for
No,
sure.
but that's what makes people wanna play. Like,
Yeah,
that's the spirit, man.
yeah,
Cool. That was awesome to have you. So
yeah,
I really hope launch day is gonna bring you some traction. I think it can, because I hope I'm representative of people who think it's cool and who would
yeah,
be, tempted to buy it. So yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
wish,
That'd be awesome.
I wish it's gonna be good for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
But it honestly is just an honor to be a part of this, and I just want to, first and foremost, want to support what you're doing. I love the idea, and I want to support indie makers and make more communities like this a thing.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
thank you for what
Awesome.
you're doing here.
Yeah, you're welcome,
Cool,
man. Cool.
awesome.
Cheers.
All right, see ya.